Shalom, shalom. Kal halalim labanu Yahweh Eloheinu Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Shalom, shalom. Double honors to the apostles, bishops of Great Millstone, and shalom to the prophets of the same body in affiliate camps. Uh, fair use, fair use. Um, Definitely not profiting from sharing or showing parts of this video. This is all for spiritual gain, not monetary. Okay, I came across this video. It says ex-church leader. Okay, so this guy, this what looks like to be a Jake, elderly man, probably in his late 50s, maybe early 60s, maybe older. Could be older, 60s or probably early 60s, maybe mid 60s. And he's an ex-church leader. They don't specify what kind of leader he is. His name is Alfonso Joseph, right? When I first saw the video, okay, he's 48. He's 48. The 7 last sayings of Jesus Christ. Alfonso Joseph, once a respected figure in his community as a church leader and pastor, finds himself at the center of attention in a shocking turn of events. He was once looked up to as a beacon of moral authority. Let's expand it all. Where is it again? Moral authority, but not after this. The man who was once stood preaching righteousness now faces the consequences of his unbelievable actions as he is arrested. All right. You see the crucifix in the background, which is an idol. Idols of wood and stone. That's what our people worship, right? You see the Serapis Christus or Caesar Borgia or Jesus Christ. All right. These are all false gods, number one. Number two, they eat pork. They allow homosexuals into their congregation. They eat all sorts of abominations. They have women on their monthly cycle inside these churches. And the Lord said that he doesn't dwell in houses made with men's hands, paraphrasing the scripture. Okay? The Lord is everywhere. He doesn't dwell in, as they say, a house of God, what they call these churches. Because church means kawal, right, which means to call out. Has nothing to do with these buildings, with these demonic pictures. And if you look at their uniform, they wear the same uniform as the Church of Satan. The exact same thing. The colors may differ, but they got that. They got that sort of a Nehru, like like President. Was it Prime Minister Nehru or President Nehru in the 1940s? Where the guy who was in India, Nehru, President Nehru or something, what they call the Nehru collar. He's wearing a uniform like that, or a collarless shirt that's buttoned up, which is very similar to the Church of Satan. Okay, when I first saw the video, I thought it was. I thought it was a female. I thought, okay, he's caught with a 16-year-old female. I thought, okay. He's with a female. He's not a church leader no more. Maybe he's divorced from his wife, and maybe he doesn't have a woman. And it's consensual, even though in this world's terms, 16 is young. But when they showed the figure, which is slightly masked, right? He's in the back seat, parked in the middle of nowhere. Okay, it was a young man. 16-year-old man there, boy. Probably about 5'11", 6 foot, he's pulling up his pants. It goes to show the kind of demonic spirits that are across these four corners of the earth, and how basically, as D.L. Hewley, he said the most how did he say it? He didn't say in these exact words. He said the most homosexual place in the black community is the church. He may not have said it in those specific words, but he said it like that. Let's give him my own rendition on it. He said the most homosexual place in the black community is the church, and this is a prime example. You got an ex-pastor or a priest, whatever he was, according to this demonic religion called so-called Christianity of today, with the crucifixes and the Jesuses and all. Because Jesus is an Edomite, it's not Yahweh Shai. You know, eating pork and abominations. Okay, and they're meant to be upholding the Bible, right? What does Leviticus 20:13 say about man lying with mankind? What does it say about being a homosexual? You're supposed to be deleted. What does it say about eating swine? You're supposed to not touch it. What does it talk about having unclean foods? You're supposed to not have it. What does it say about uh, having women in the churches, on their monthly rag? It's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to have them around you. What does it say about having clean shaven faces? You know, I mean, even in the 70s, Jake used to keep some kind of facial hair, but now everyone's just, especially in these churches, bald faced. You know, and it's quite stomach churning. I thought it was a female in the back seat. All right, and it says here on July the 14th, 2022. The news is just this is from May the 18th, 2024, but this occurred on July the 14th, 2022. Just under 2 years ago, 1 year, 10 months ago. On July the 14th, 2022, officers in Palm Coast, Florida responded to a noise complaint and discovered ex-church leader Alfonso Joseph with a 16-year-old boy in the back seat of a car. Watch the real police body cam footage as the situation unfolds, leading to Joseph's arrest for lewd or lascivious, uh, lascivious battery. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 5 years in prison, followed by 10 years of sex offender probation. Okay, 5 years. He's going to more than likely get deleted in prison because this kingdom does not have 5 years. It's soon to end. Let's find out what this means, lascivious battery. Let's find out what that means. Let's look into that. It's good to get into the meaning of words, as Apostle Gabar would say of Great Millstone. Lewd and lascivious behavior involves sexual touching in public that is witnessed by another person who might be offended. It generally includes touching the genitals, buttocks, or breasts in a sexual manner. Obviously, this guy's a fag, so he wasn't touching no breasts. He's definitely touching genitals of the same sex and buttocks of the same sex. Because you saw the old man that got out, he looked older than 40. He looked like he was 60 plus, coming out with just his drawers on, and the young man, the 16-year-old, was in the back seat pulling up his pants. It generally includes touching the genitals, buttocks, or breasts in a sexual manner. The intent can be to gratify oneself sexually or to arouse another person. Examples of lewd conduct might include masturbating in front of a window where others can see, or engaging in sexual acts in public spaces. Okay, it's quite sickening, man. Stomach churning. My stomach ain't feeling right after seeing this. It goes to show, man, there's real heavy demonic spirits out there. The way homosexuality is so amplified these days. It's in every show, every movie. Everyone's getting caught out. Everyone's, it's like the skirt's being lifted, man, on everyone's behavior. And these are the same spirits from Sodom and Gomorrah and those 5 cities that the Lord burnt down. And this is why America, man, is just going to be burnt. And other parts are going to be hit too, where these weirdos are going to get got. But man, America is just full of this filthy behavior, and then some. There's a young man in the blue shirt. I mean, you don't know the backstory. He's a 16-year-old boy, so I'm assuming this is my thought on it. It could be a young boy from his church. He probably groomed. But the boy was probably an altar boy or something. Probably groomed from a young age. The boy didn't even have a chance to even get acquainted with young ladies from the age of 12, 13 years old. Probably got fagged out from the start and is used to that behavior. You know, sickening. And it's probably the same thing probably happened to this. It's just demonic spirits that are out there. You know, where the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah has given these, because the Lord, loves, will chastise his hopeful elect. Okay, but the people that he hates, all right, okay, the heathens he hates, period. But even amongst our people, the people he hates, right, he's given them up given them up to vile affection, and this is vile affection. Okay, being a fag, being a lesbian, a homosexual, a pedophile, uh, doing things with animals and all that kind of stuff and dead bodies. That's vile affection. This is all filthy and vile affection, man. Let's see if there's anything worth else seeing as I'm tired of this thing. It's fatty. It's nasty. All right. Check it out yourself. It's called the Cop Cam. It's got a couple of scriptures. Okay. Romans 1:27. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of that error which was meet. Okay, let's go to the NLT. Romans 1:27 NLT, New Living Translation. And the men, instead of having normal sexual relations with women, burned with lust for each other. Men did shameful things with other men, and as a result of this is a sin. Isn't he a man of God, or was a man of God? So you're telling me he just came into this behavior right now at the age of almost 50 years old? And this is 2 years ago. He was born in 1973. Okay? So he's damn near 51. So he just learned this behavior. All right? So he's definitely been doing it. Maybe the church found out about him before and said, "You got to go. This behavior cannot. We can't. If you want to behave that way, the church would said, if you're going to do it, but keep it undercover. But you're just too blatant." Then he thought, "Okay, I want to live my life. I want to be full blown fag. So I've got to leave the church. But I want to take young little Tommy with me." Okay, let's read it again. And the men, instead of having normal sexual relations with women, burned with lust for each other. Men did shameful things with other men, and as a result of this sin, they suffered within themselves the penalty they deserved. And what's that penalty? Where is it? Uh-huh. Leviticus 20:13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, which is a filthy, wicked act. They shall surely be put to death, their blood shall be upon them. Okay, so this is what? Is this your so-called church, right? This is a church you believe in. Okay? You think this kind of behavior would be condoned in the truth? No, it wouldn't be. This is your Christianity, your wacky tacky Christianity. This is your wacky tacky Christianity. These are your Christian pastors. This is where you send your sons to. And what happens? They get molested. And then you wonder why your sons are all fruity. Anyway, Leviticus 20:13 NLT. If a man has sex, no, where is it? Okay. If a man, Leviticus 20:13 NLT, if a man practices homosexuality, having sex with another man as with a woman, both men have committed a detestable act. They must both be put to death, for they are guilty of a capital offense. All right. So what this guy did is a capital offense in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Shai. They need to be deleted. All right. He may be an ex-church leader, but this practice still goes on. Children get molested. Okay. Little children get molested. Little boys get molested. Even little girls that are underage. Okay. The underage of 18 or 21 or whatever, under that age, in this world, get molested. All right. At least with a male and female are supposed to be together, obviously consensually, and a woman has to be of you know sensible marriageable age according to this kingdom while we're in this kingdom for the short duration. But this kind of homo behavior and pedophilia behavior and all that kind of stuff is still prevalent in these wacky tacky Christian religions, which are all against the Bible. Okay, because if you're adverse to the scriptures of the Bible that you're meant to behold or meant to hold up, right? You're a Satanist. You are anti-Christ or anti-Hamashiach, and that's what the modern Christian church is. All right, basically, it's a church of Satan under the guise of righteousness, pushing so-called Christianity and Jesus. Jesus just means earth pig. Okay, you type in Jesus in the search engine, what comes up? A so-called Edomite, a white man. All right. And according to the scriptures, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, His Majesty, does not look like an Edomite, a so-called white man. As pursuant to the book of Leviticus 13, 30, I believe, or within that area, okay, having pale flesh is an abomination. Having yellow hair is an abomination. It's unclean, it's leprosy. Okay? So, what's the difference between the church of Satan and your modern Christian church? Nothing. One is just blatant with it, saying that their church is Satan. The Christian church just pretends to be righteousness. Pretends to be righteous, and this is your righteousness. Your church leaders are all a bunch of faggots and weirdos. Okay, and they're adverse to the scriptures because the behavior that they embody is adverse to um, the laws and structures and commandments given by Yahweh Shem Shai, which is they're all adverse to it. So if they're against it, therefore they're all worthy of death. Okay? You Jakes out there, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, any Israelites, no matter what you look like, if you gravitate towards this truth and you're intrigued, or your spirit connects to Yahweh Shem Shai and His truth, watching the men of the Lord, the men of Great Millstone, I urge you to get out of these fake Christian churches, man. Stop celebrating the abominable holidays of Christmas and Halloween and Easter and all that bullshit. All right, come home. That's up to the Lord ultimately. Whether the Lord loves you enough to pull you out of them churches, or are you just, um, stubble for the fire? You know, the Lord's going to use you as coal for that fire, man. The Lord's going to burn you up. All right, or the Lord could take you out in other ways, man. And that time is coming. Anyway, because America is a huge sacrificial. It's like a huge sacrificial altar. Okay, and on a sacrificial altar, you burn doves and all that kind. Burn doves and bullocks. All right, but in this case, the fire is going to be the missiles, and the sacrifice is going to be you 2/3 Israelites and all you heathens, you crackers, you Edomites, and the rest of you heathen nations. All right. But that's going to be the final climax. But prior to that, whew, the Lord's going to get real poetic with deleting a lot of you Jakes. When I say Jakes, I'm talking about the Israelites. All right. And he's going to get real poetic with you heathens, you non-Israelites. Anyway, all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yashai, Bashem Rakak Vadash. Shalom.